Remove. Okay, hold on, peeps. Save changes. Oh, where did I go? Oh my God.
Five, four, three, two, one. You're live with Neve.
All right. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Live with Neve show. It's been a really great day out, not from the sun standpoint, but it has been great just from the temperature. It's about 70. There's not an incredible amount of humidity in the air. And I'm digging it because I know it's going to be hotter than sin. I mean, absolutely crazy hot. Let's see what's happened since this morning. If there's any new headlines that we can talk about, annoy someone out there. I'm sure we'll get to someone. If you haven't been yet annoyed today, please stand by. We will get to you. I'm sure there's a pet issue or preferred political deity that you're going to call and screech about, but don't bother because we're going to talk music today. We have a really nice guest from north of us up in beautiful Canada. And I've been aware of this young lady's career now for about 5 years, about as long as I've been with IFA. And I've noticed there's a lot of great talent in the ISA organization. And I'm of the opinion that I've gotten a bunch of really great friends over the years. And it's if you're a songwriter and you don't even whatever level you're at, it's a great organization because there's people at many levels who will try and help you. And we'll be talking a little bit about that. Um, she is the winner of last year of the International Artist of the Year. And this year she's nominated, I believe, for Emerging Artist. And she's being, there was a couple of others. And I'm sorry, I think one of them was Best New Song. And we'll get to that and talk to her about that. So I'm sitting here scanning over the news as I usually do with my rather jaundiced eye. And let's see, Zuckerberg is building a sprawling compound on the Lake Tahoe shore. I wonder if I get an invite. Okay, so the Pope today, just in case you guys are worried, Dominus Dominus, Vobiscum. Uh, Basically, if you want to make fun of God, you got a blessing from the Pope. Okay, so Dominus Dominus, you can be okay. Remember, if you say a dirty word when you're doing a bit, you say the F word, you go into confession. You ask him what, I thought lustful thoughts last night and I said the F word. Uh, the priests nowadays be like, give $10 to the children's group and run around the track 8 times, 14 Hail Marys, 10 Our Fathers, and you'll be all set. Okay, so now get out of here. I've always kind of wanted to do stand-up comedy in the Catholic confessional. I could have a lot of fun with that, I think, but I wouldn't do that. I love people who have values and religious beliefs that they guide their life. If they're decent people and helping to make the world better, I'm all for it. So in looking this, we have Meta has paused AI in Europe because of privacy complaints. Well, they should be because AI, while it's a very cool thing and I love the technology of it, it is an absolute it's going to be the most blatant talent grab you've ever seen in the history of blatant talent grabs. And I mean, AI, they're going to record every singer you can possibly find. They're going to tweak it. I know a few people in the record industry, and remember, there are people who are scrupulous and there are people who are unscrupulous. Hey, Tracy, what's happening? Speaking of this, huh? our great friend Tracy Bickford stopping by. And look at this. Our friend Rick Davis is here, and they're all waiting for Mandy and Cheryl to come on so they don't have to look at my turkey neck and they don't have to listen to my bizarre take on the news. So we have the most unpopular G7 summit in history ever. They are all pissed off. They're all thinking they want more than they got to get, and it's just one of those things. It's a weekend, so it doesn't appear there's going to be any larger than normal weekend news dump at 5 o'clock. All the things we don't want our people to know. You put it out at 5 o'clock on Friday, everybody's either in traffic or they're here listening to the Live with Me show. And so why would they be listening to some crap about racketeering in New York or any of the other fun stuff that goes on? Hell with it. We'll bury it on Friday. By 6 o'clock, everybody's in happy hour. They're all drunk and stumbling around like a bunch of crazy people. Uh, okay, go away with the ads. It's another pet peeve. Here's some uncool news. If you are the kind of person who cheats on your taxes, and I know nobody in my audience would ever do that, I would say that most of the people in my audience would say, let's take as much legally as we can and avoid paying it. And that's where I stand on it. If the laws that work for the big guys work for them, they should work for the rest of us chowderheads. So, surging IRS penalties are costing Americans billions. Two rules here: pay your taxes and pay your taxes, but get an accountant so you can make sure you're not being charged a nickel more than you have to. Because I know all of us, we'd love to be able to have our own line item Vita. Yeah, we're not going for this. We're not paying for this stupid program we got over here. It's not working. We're getting rid of it. Another growing from the people who don't want us eating cows, converting cow manure to fuel is a growing climate solution. I just don't see that as being an improvement. I just don't know. But we have the story I talked about today. The Eagles have announced a Vegas residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas. It's an incredible concert dome. If you haven't seen it, U2's played there. There's been several great bands that come through and do a residence. And I have to tell you, I have seen every kind of stage and show possible, Vegas stuff, Broadway, all this. I have never seen a more intriguing venue as far as what the creativity behind this thing. You can literally have any kind of a stage that you want. It's really it's a it's a stage designer's I mean thing. Actually, Gina, you're here. You know, I want to have you on just to talk about the Sphere. Gina's one of our friends, my pal from out on the other side of the country where it's 1 o'clock right now. And she's the first person I know who went and saw Sphere, and I believe she went and saw you too. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gina. I'm pretty sure that's true. Uh, we're almost to the end of the segment, which is cool, and hopefully Mandy will join us. But if not, we're almost there, and I'm going to play. I've got several cuts from Cheryl's that I went through her discography, and really, you can see growth, and that's always good. You can see her career as songs have gotten better, the arrangements get better, and the sound, and everything, and that's the way it should be. Like I say, I always love to see people win. It's a hard biz, and most of us aren't going to get billionaire rich, but most of us don't care because if you're doing this for the money, after a certain point, you're not. I've never done this, although I've made my living off it for a long time. I never started doing this, playing music and doing stuff for the money, because it usually sucks. I mean, yes, there are many opportunities after playing for 50 years now that I've had, and I've made plenty of decent money, but is my name a household name? No. So you guys just have to wait till I run for office. Gina, what did you think about I almost want to just invite you on. You want to come on the show, Gina, and talk about this in the last segment? Think about it. Oh, you go. Gina's my pal who I live vicariously through her concert going endeavors. And because she's out there, I always hear what's happening in LA, and she's there, and it's like having our agent on location. I'm gonna have to like start sending her flowers and maybe just a good old gift that shows you care, cash, because she's a sweetheart, and her and Toby Simmons I've met so many great friends through their efforts and great people. So at REM last night reunited for one night at the Hall of Fame, Singers Hall of Fame. It's amazing they got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame first, and then they go to the songwriters. Now we've been trying to get Warren Zevon into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I would postulate that Warren Zevon deserves to be in there more than, say, Beyonce. No offense to the Bay Hive. Girls, don't get attacking me. I'm just a skinny white guy, and I'll run. I've got, I'm as white as they come, and maybe I don't understand the Beyonce thing, but I think she's a very talented person. But it's not. I'm not really into the country songs she did. It just makes me laugh about how the record industry is. There's always somebody who will try and sell something, and I'll give her credit for a nice try, but there is good country music out there. If you know the difference between good and bad, nobody has to share my opinion. Remember, they're completely my own, and at times I have very strong opinions that I'm just gonna, I lay it out. At least nobody has to guess what I think. I think that was just another cash grab, and people who've got so much money and such a huge. Remember, bands like that, the amount of money they get, we're talking millions of streams, so they actually get $17 or something, after a year. But no, I'm kidding. They suck all the money out of the streaming industry because the people who buy. So I'm going to say this: if you want to help somebody out, like my friend Cheryl here, buy CDs from them. In fact, if you really want to help them out, buy CDs and download their stuff. Because here's the difference: if she has 12 songs on her CD and you buy it for $20, she's making a decent profit on it. That covers gas, recording the records. And when you hear what I'm going to play in a minute, you're going to see that it takes work and effort and production, and that costs money. And it costs, more importantly, it takes time, and time with dedication and purpose. Um, and having been a musician, it's when you're trying to have a band, if you're not a solo artist, you have to herd cats. And that's basically what it is when you have a group of musicians and it's a band where everybody is equal and you have to do this democracy thing, which forget about it. I don't do democracies. I'm a benevolent dictator. If somebody's in my band, we're all in it together. We have a great time and I treat them like a brother or a cousin or whatever. And I think most of us, it's like that old thing that was said by a smart man named Count Basie. They asked him, "What is his gimmick for keeping a good band?" And he said, "Well, my gimmick is they work for me and I pay them money." So that's always the best way to get the best help. Trust me. Don't ever, if you're making a record, unless you just get lucky and find the one in a million guy. I've been doing this for 50 years, and there's very few of those occurrences. They're lifetime achievement things when somebody walks in and knocks you dead. But if you got a record, you got a band, and the band can't cut the tracks, and they're just not good enough, hire the studio guys. They'll work really hard. They'll learn it quick. They will surprise you and probably help you with arranging. If you're good, you'll listen to them because usually they're really fine musicians and they'll dig what you're doing and they're not telling you to change it because they think you suck. They're telling you because I just thought of a great hook to make the song even better. Everybody gets happy when records sell. So as I said, buy CDs. When we have Cheryl on, we're talking. We have 2 minutes out, and I'm just trying to fill a little time here. So we get down and really talk to her. I know my attempts at doing the news, I'm pretty sure I'd get fired at 80. I don't think any of these companies would have me. I'm kind of a loose cannon, as they would say. I wouldn't mind doing Don Imus's slot in New York every day that he had. I swear to God, I'd hire a couple of his people because he had some really great joke writers. And Imus was the controversial figure, but anybody who's really great at anything is going to be controversial to someone. Uh, and that's really the way it ought to be because if you look at comedy nowadays, there's very rare that you can't. You have to censor yourself so much to go do a comic gig. And the whole thing about comedy is to laugh at shit that has an essence of truth in it. And it doesn't matter to me. I'll offend a Republican or Democrat equally because they're equally a justifiable target. It's part of the world. Everybody's a target, man. If somebody cares about you enough to make a joke about you, you shouldn't get get all clutching pearls and crap. You ought to be like, enjoy it. If somebody cares enough to make a joke about you, you're lucky. And it's the same thing with press. If people write and talk about you, saying what an awful guy you are on the show, if they talked about me, said I have a foul mouth, well, I try to keep it to a dull roar. Today I have, lovely ladies going to be in here. I'm going to do my best to avoid dropping the F bomb. Remember, women are a civilizing influence on men. And just trust me on this. You can always tell when we're in high school and the girls are around and all of us guys are like, okay, that'd be cool. We're all standing there. Hey, hi, can you come to the dance with me? All I can say is it's easier if you're in a band. I'll just tell you, man, it's the way it is. So we're going to take a brief commercial break. We're at 4:15, and we're going to be out of here for 2 minutes. And we're going to get talking music and fun and the best things in life. All right. And remember, if you need rock and roll photography, wherever you are, London, New York, Paris, LA, you want Nancy Travis photos. Because if she can get the good side of this mug, she can get anybody's good side. She told me, you have a great face for radio. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, but we'll try. So, just as an aside, this is a song that I recorded, and it's a Leonard Cohen song. And I'm singing on it and doing it with some friends of mine, and it's a fond memory. That wasn't it.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. There's some changes headed.
Check out Carlton Wilkinson. And you're going to be able to hear me play
like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarette takes the subway. Rich man folding old regret steps on the rundown.
I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
All right, all right. Nothing like getting all the commercials out of the way. Anybody who buys a commercial from me, I make very sure that it's played. I don't like not giving people their money's worth. In fact, I try to make sure it's played a lot more than I tell them. So any bands out there, remember, this is my pitch to the show. I have the cheapest advertising rates in the world. In fact, if you don't have money, we can trade off children, small animals, large animals, I'll trade out. Just tell me what you got. Bring a drill press in. Maybe we can make a deal. I don't know. I've had stranger things people have brought me for having advertising, but we will keep it out of the gutter because allegedly people send me strange things sometimes, and I would hate for that to stop because life is funny when you get an odd. It's just life is made up of individuals who are individual, not the normal straight cut uniform government issued type of people, but the people who are creative and out there, and the kind of people who become artists or painters or they write or they do all the above. You know, the freaks, the people who are like thinking about music in class in elementary school. That was me, sitting back until the nun would come back there and go, "Knock it off, Ernie." Yes, ma'am. I mean, I was terrified of the penguins. They beat the crap out of you. Anyway, without any further ado, we're going to bring on Cheryl and I. Hello.
Hi Neve. Hello everyone. How are you?
Great. We're better now with you here.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. I was
Well,
enjoying all your commercials and everything that was going on. It all sounded great.
well, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So you're nominated for awards again at ISSA, and
Yep.
tell us about it.
Well, for the last 4 years, I've been very honored to win a couple awards there for female vocalist and female songwriter. And now I'm up for emerging artist, and I'm up for another female songwriter and another female vocalist award. So I'm very, very honored because ISA is incredible. They have incredible talent in there. So and I have a lot of friends in there. We're all nice and friendly with each other, and it's such a beautiful association. Matter of fact, it's my favorite association I've ever been with because everyone's so nice. You know.
It is true. There's an amazing amount of talent, and I've found that very few people are malicious or will turn you down if you need some help. You want to ask a question. I've had probably 50 as ISA. It's funny. Initially, I've been called ISA since I joined,
Oh, really?
and I realized it's ISIS, so I
ISA.
feel me a couple people, especially the lady who directs.
Yeah, Tammany Dove. Yeah, she's incredible.
She's just
I think she works tirelessly. She's continuously working every single day for all of us, and she's a beautiful person.
She's a great human.
She's an amazing human, absolutely, and she's very, very talented too.
And it's interesting because we don't pay anything for it. You think about it, what organizations like that?
Yeah.
And you get something of value out of it.
Oh
Because
yeah,
having
absolutely.
these tools inspires people to get better at it.
That's right. That's right, and everybody helps each other too, which is really nice. Yeah.
I've noticed that you've been playing music for a long, long time.
Mhm.
Tell us how you got started.
Well, actually, I wrote my first song when I was about 6 years old on a little toy piano. And then I just went on from there. I went to high school. I used to write songs for plays and talent shows. And then I went on to get my degree in music, voice and piano, I majored in. And then after that, I started doing a lot of TV shows, and I started singing the anthems for the Montreal Canadiens and the Montreal Expos, and soccer teams and everything. And I just kept going on since I was very young. You know, my love was always music and sports. Those were my fortes.
What sports do you like?
I was a captain of the basketball team for 2 years, and I played soccer, and I played every sport. I actually played every sport. Volleyball.
Do you like to watch hockey? Being a Canuck?
Pardon me?
Do you like to watch
hockey? I played hockey in school. Yeah, I wasn't on a team, but I played the hockey too, floor hockey. Not the ice one, but floor hockey, and that was a lot of fun too.
I like hockey. I think it's a great game.
Yeah, I watch it all the time. So
I like watching bull riding too, which is a weird thing. People are like, you're guys from New York and you like bull riding. I record it every week. In fact, if life goes good, I'll be out there in Vegas at the end of the tour of the PPR and go see the final. It'd be great. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't go to places like, I don't gamble, I don't drink, I don't do any of that crap. So when I go to Vegas, I'll do the slots for the $20 or whatever the suite comes with. But I'm there to see music. I went out there to see Prince play. I've gone out there to see Penn and Teller.
Right.
But I don't want to go and
Yeah,
Did you
actually, I
keep
lived
that
in
in
Las
mind?
Vegas. I love Las Vegas. I lived there because I have dual citizenship, American and Canadian,
Oh, right.
and I lived there and I loved it. It was fabulous. Really, really
It's
nice.
great.
I'm not a gambler either. I don't gamble anything, but I loved,
I,
singing all the shows and everything.
sure, that's what I think. I even went and paid tic-tac-toe and lost $10 to a chicken.
Oh my!
But I did that as a learning. That was more, if I'd had the show, I would have made that into a show episode. We're going to go see if the chicken is smarter than the IQ of God. And I could, hopefully, I'd have two others that I could hope that I'm a little better than they are now. Um, so, do you teach music for a career? Otherwise, do you do lessons and that type of thing?
No, I actually don't teach it. I did teach, substitute teach, just as an extra job. The grade
Right.
six, little grade, actually, they're 6-year-olds, and that was quite a few years ago. I did that. I always took odd jobs too in between. I did some modeling and TV work and everything to, compensate for the music. So I've always done all that kind of stuff too. I like teaching. It was fun.
Very nice. Do you have any kids or anything?
No, no children. Haven't been married.
I had to ask just because you never know. You might have like two beautiful kids who are going to be musical stars, and
Right.
so many of my friends in Iceland and just in the music business, there is that genetic component that we have. It
Right.
can be passed and inherited through generations. And
Right.
my guitar player's family is, they go back like 6 generations in Scotland, grandfathers and sons learning to play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all, when they get together, it's just unbelievable what a good time they have.
I can imagine.
Because there's, yeah. Hey, Gina, I'm sorry, we have I know I'm echoing. It's just feeding back. I can't really do much about it right now. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can just appreciate what I'm saying. I can understand it, but hell, I'm speaking. So unless I don't know, unless I become a foot out and I don't know, start channeling somebody else. I'll channel President Biden. I'm sorry. I know you guys. That's not fun. And I can put fun of Trumpy too. We're gonna do it. Bigly, biggest crime I've ever been accused of. No, sorry. I gotta give him credit though, man. He gets the crap pounded out of him every day by the media. They just dog this guy. I'm glad I've never had that level of media scrutiny on me. Getting back to speaking of music family, when you were little, did your family encourage you?
Yes, because my grandfather had an orchestra in the 1930s, and so he played. Actually, it was Hungarian music, because half my side of my family is Hungarian, the other side is Irish, and a little bit of British in there too.
With accordions?
I'm sorry.
Did they play with an accordion?
No, it was orchestra, like a violin
Just a full.
and about 5 or 6 pieces my grandfather had, and that was about in the 30s. So all the way down my family, everybody loved music, and everybody in my family always played some kind of instrument, either for fun or, not professionally, but for fun, except for my grandfather. So it sort of seeped in. We always had music playing in the house too, so it all came in. I write all different styles of music, And
What's your favorite music that you listen to now? Like, just because I know myself, it's changed over. I love so many kinds of music. I'll play anything.
My favorite style of music is the James Bond films, all the scores. So that's why I made my record here. It's actually on my store. It's called Homage to 007, I Surrender to My Heart. And it's supposed to be it's a thing of James Bond. I wrote all the songs to sort of want it to be in a film. That's my dream. So I love all that Bond music.
I played that upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And my girlfriend said, that sounds like a James Bond theme.
Thank you.
So, that's the ultimate compliment, because she didn't know. Unfortunately, I put her through hours of listening to, like, fans. I spend a couple hours a day looking for new talent on the show. And, some people are great, some people are starting out. And I'm nice to everybody, because I learned a long time ago, you never want to laugh at somebody's dream.
Right.
Because they might come back and surprise you.
Absolutely.
It's all about that fire in the belly.
Hmm.
And I know for you, you're a woman in a tough business. It's got all these money. I know how guys treat girls and dads. Like it can, they can either be great or bad. It just depends on the band usually. It helps if it's your band. You just don't do it your way or hit the road. But I've seen people. I have my co-host who's really rock band, and I've seen a couple of times. And my previous co-host, they're trying to put their own rock and roll band together, and all the guys are like, "Let me tell you how to do this, buddy." Just I don't know. What can I tell you? Everything in life is about psychology of how you can make things work. When you have a group of people.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know.
Absolutely.
So, are you already working on new music?
I'm not working on music right now. Actually, tonight I'm going to be on the billboard again. Actually, right now, between 4 and 5 on the billboard in Times Square.
Times Square.
In Times Square, yeah, again tonight.
I'm gonna see if I can get my friend the naked cowboy to take a picture of
That'd
it.
be wonderful, yes, because I'm missing one. I was on 2 different billboards, and this one I don't have a picture of yet.
Okay.
But that'd be great if someone could get it
I'll
for
see
me.
if I love. He's been on the show a couple times, and he's really a funny guy.
Hmm.
He's. I'll tell you, man. For a guy his age, he's got like 5 years on me. Looks pretty good, man. He's still working out. He tanked his cancer.
Hmm.
He's the guy who he managed to parlay. He's sitting around in his trunk singing funny songs about people in the crowd.
Wow.
And so he's pulling down 6 figures in New York. The guy's
That's
got
great.
the naked cowgirls.
Hmm.
They're lovely young ladies.
Right.
We,
Wow.
hope they have a good career in the future. Who knows? They might make it to 80 like him.
Right.
I have a feeling he'll be like Jack Lake. He'll just live to be 100 doing jumping jacks and stuff. Remind me of that. No, I can't do that.
Right.
I had to go to physical therapy and they had me on a bike. I'm like, okay, let me get my headset on. I can do my book while I'm doing this crap, being tortured. I hate it. So I'm going to play one of my favorite songs of yours. And everybody, I think you're going to really like this too.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for being on the show. Really
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Likewise. I like to have everybody who on ISO that I've been following. I want them all. And I'm going to be calling the next couple of weeks and telling them I'm going to give at least one ISO person a week, at least, if not more, till August, because everybody's working so hard. And
Yeah,
it's working
yeah, absolutely.
And I always make good new friends for this. So here we are, folks. Eyes of a Stranger, which is one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Cheryl's song. Can you hear it okay?
Yeah, I can, yes.
Thank
How about yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for playing that. I appreciate it. I
Oh,
actually have, if you don't mind me mentioning, I just have it on both albums. I have that song on both albums on my new store. Thank you so
I
much for
just
playing that. I
realized.
appreciate it.
Hold on. I can mute your mic while I'm talking, and the echo disappears. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Excellent. Hold on. I'm gonna turn you back on.
Now I can hear you. Yes.
That way, with that echo, I can turn it off when I'm talking to you. It'll be a little awkward, but it'll work.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna question you. Do you do you want to go to work out? Like you could play all these tunes in Vegas. I mean, you're eminently bookable.
Okay.
Is that kind of what you would you like to do that? Do you have a band put together to do that kind of thing? Or
Actually, what I'd really like to have is my songs in films. I really
I
like
got
to
you.
write, and so
Sure.
I like to have, and I like to do big events too. I like singing the anthems at different places. I've done that a lot too, and I really enjoy doing TV. Actually, this is my first podcast.
I do too.
But I've done lots and lots of radio, TV, all that kind of stuff. But the
Sure.
podcast, I never did a podcast before like that. So thank you
Well,
for giving me the
I think
experience.
they're fun.
Yes.
And there's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm just going to turn your mic off for a second. There's a lot of ways to do it. And I like having people come on and just be themselves. And we're just sitting here, having a good time talking about music and like where we came from and how our parents, because to civilians, they don't really understand our world. It's very mysterious to them. And they have these thoughts of what it's like, but they don't realize it's just a job. It's more than a job. It's a calling, a vocation
Yes. Yeah,
that
absolutely.
it keeps me as sane as I can be. Hence why I think I'm going to announce my presidency again. It's time to put a new vote in there. I never thought I could do it until now, but I think I'm getting ready.
Well, that's fabulous. You're a
No,
fabulous host. Very, very charming host.
so, I wonder if I probably boost my advertising rate for a couple of weeks while I do it. I mean, I've no chance of winning, but God Almighty, they need to try something. Anyway, how's the general mood up in Canada about the political scene here in the States? Do people talk about it, and what are they doing?
Well, we have the same going on in Canada as in the
Yeah,
States. They kind of mirror each other, everything that's going on. When you have somebody who's liberal in as a president,
right.
we have a liberal guy too, and then we have a conservative coming up, and you have a conservative coming up.
Yeah.
So it
And
seems to
you know,
mirror itself. And also, happy birthday to Donald Trump today. It's his birthday
hey,
today.
happy birthday,
So happy
President
birthday to
Trump.
him.
There you
I hope he
go.
has a wonderful time.
I hope today he has a great birthday and doesn't have to deal with any subpoenas or crap. Because,
Yeah.
if I was him on my birthday, an ideal day would be get up, go swimming, go play a nice 18 holes of golf, go have a decent lunch.
Actually, he's having a big party in West Palm Beach in a place called 47 Cafe 47, not 45 but 47.
All right. I love it. I'm surprised he's not doing it in his place, Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago. No, it's not there. It's in
Yeah.
his other place.
That's probably the hottest ticket in town. And then you've got all the National Enquirer weasels, and they're all like hiding in dishes with telephoto lenses, trying to get one shot of Melania giving him a dirty look or something. Trump marriage over. Melania scowled at him. She just may have eaten like a bad piece of shrimp, and they get that one shot.
Yeah.
Happens to be looking at. I love
Absolutely.
making fun of politicians, and more about the process, because they hurt artists like the bills they write about how we get paid through the royalty rate system. Oh, it's just atrocious.
Yeah.
those are some real criminals. The ones who
Yeah.
write the bills that make musicians starve,
Right.
basically. And AI, not to be so glum here, people, but it's going to be a horror show. You're going to see a lot of crap out there. But
Hmm.
like anything, people who are smart, who've been producing music their whole life, already are light years ahead of you, who just try to write a prompt. Give me a country song about my ex-wife and my dog dying or
Right.
whatever.
Right. Right.
And
It's
not to
going to
say
have to have a lot of regulation. It's going to have to have a lot of regulation because it's going to, be doing a lot of odd things.
how do you value a persona if they want to do it to make you? I know somebody, a friend of mine right now, is working on a show that's going to have holograms. Looks insanely real,
Hmm.
and there's sections where they talk to it, and I think it's pretty bloody impressive.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it would be worse though to give someone the unlimited use of your voice. I theorize you would do it like we did in Shingles. You get to buy a song that you write for your company,
Hmm.
and for 10 grand you can use it for a year.
Hmm.
At the end of the year, don't
Right.
keep using it. You can either do a buyout, which we gladly do, or you can just pay us a la carte as they go.
Right.
Like same thing with like music in the movies. So do you have an agent that you work for or
No,
work with yet?
actually, I'm independent, so I just I don't have management or anything like that. But I have a lot
Okay,
of great musicians in Nashville. When I lived in Nashville, I
excellent.
met Mark Dreyer, and
Okay,
there his all his musicians play like for Shania Twain and Garth Brooks and Bon
right.
Jovi and all those people. So I got the really great musicians that I'm very very honored to get. And when they're not playing for them, they'll play for people in between. So I catch them when
Well,
they're in between. I think I lost you. Are you still there? Hello, are you still there? I don't know if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, I'll just mention that I have a website, cherylnye.com, and you can go to that if you wish. But I think something happened to the host. He's not here. Hello? Hello? Are you there, Neve? I think someone fell off. I think Neve fell off. I'm not sure. Oh, wait for you to come back. Hello?
Well,
Hi there. I think I lost you for a while.
for everybody watching, this just went to hell in a handbasket. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I had red windows fly in, and then I tried to get back in. It kicked me out.
It's okay.
Uh,
It's live.
so,
Anything will happen when you're live.
yeah. So I had turned off. Um, Let me open up. I had another song to play of yours. What do I do this? Search. Oh, here we go. Okay, great. All right, hold on, Peach. This is a great song. You're gonna really dig this. I do. So thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. It's
Um,
very-
it's nice having you. I'd like to have you back again sometime, and maybe if I'm down at the ISSA event in August, we'll get to meet and hang out, and, say hello. And I like to, I've got a lot of friends there, so hence I don't tell anybody who I vote for because I got so many friends, so I try to split it up against about all my friends.
too much.
It's hard,
But I love them
though.
all. So
I love them all too. I
yeah.
respect their work. Tracy, who was just here, has written some great stuff.
Oh yeah, she's
You
fabulous.
know, she really does have
She
some
really
great
is
stuff.
fabulous.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play share screen. Guys, this is a great song. Let me just make sure I've got the right one.
Thank you.
Goodbye. And once again, share that. Share audio. There we go. We're off to the races.
Okay, it's one of the older ones.
This is a great tune. I mean, I don't care where you live, folks. This is recorded perfect. Listen to the voices. In the last one, I love the chord change. At the very end, you did another bridge with changed key. That was cool.
Thank
It
you.
sounded very nice. I'm build up one of the build outs, if you will, to coming down to a close. It was cool. Nice bridge. It obviously was the score for music. That's all the spot out. Nice stuff. So here we go, people. Some good stuff. Hold on a minute, dude. Starting at the beginning would help.
Say you want to be alone, but I don't want to. I'm if I ever cause this time to fade away, can we try to make it right? Are you waiting for Can't I try to make it up with you? And we make it once again. I've been it can't I try to make it up with you? And we making it
That's one of my oldest albums. I hadn't heard that for like 12, 15 years.
That is a great song.
Thank you. Thank you very
Uh,
much.
I love the harmonies that were put together, but you were stacking on the chorus towards the end. The quality of the song was very nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I
Cool.
appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
So how do people get your stuff?
Well, I have a website. It's www.cherylnye.com. And I recently opened up a little store, a Cheryl Nye online store. And I have, as I mentioned, I have the albums for sale. I have, autographed postcards and even bags.
Oh,
So I just opened it and I haven't promoted it yet. So you're one of the first to sort of know that I have stuff going
well,
on
there you
there.
have it, peeps. Buy some stuff, man. It's the best way to help musicians. You go to those shows, buy CDs. And like I said, they only get like 0.003 cents for the Spotify and all these other groups, and they're great. But get some vinyl if they have it. Get a CD though, because that puts $20 in their pocket. In today's world, it's selling us CDs at $20. A good artist can make a little bit of a living and pay for this. It's not cheap, people. And if you listen to that record, I'm gonna just turn off that for 1 second. No, hold on. I'm gonna turn your mic off. It's what I want to say without the echo, guys. Pay attention to the bands you like. Cheryl's been working on music for decades, and the thing I'll tell you is, when you pay 20 bucks for a CD, you're not paying for just that CD. You're paying for like when a kid starts at 8 years old learning to play. Then they have to go and buy instruments and have to take classes and they take lessons. And they have to have the drive to stick with it for long enough to be any good. And then there's all the sharks and people in the way of the business that'll always, you can run into them and they'll derail you. But everybody has their horrible person story. I mean, we all can talk about how people screwed us, but after a while, you get to know people who have a good heart and have your best intentions. So go up, find Cheryl's website, buy some stuff, and that way we can have her back. Because if you buy some stuff, she'll make some more stuff, and that would be a great thing.
Thank you very much.
So I thank you very much. We're gonna get out of here.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Anytime. You're always welcome. If you have something new that you're putting out, just give me a call and we'll fit
Okay.
you in and find
Thank you.
a spot.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Well,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
And thank you to all the listeners and all the people who came in. I appreciate that too.
Thank you everybody for watching. It'll be up. It'll be at the top of the page for next week's show, and I'll have some great guests next week. So have a great one, everybody. We're gonna get out.
Thank you. Take care.
See you next time.
Have a great week.
Bye bye.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah. All right. Out of here.